Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. We are in our second and final race of the regular season as far as the road courses are concerned at the Watkins Glen International as we take place, again, the second of 3 road course races total, but this is the final one of the regular season, another wild card race to dictate who will be the 16 drivers in the playoffs. 3 races now until the regular season. Tonight at Watkins Glen, tomorrow at Dover, then either Friday or Saturday at Daytona. So we're getting down to it here. Looking for more playoff points for myself. Currently coming in 18th in the point standings. Likely not going to get inside the top 10. Especially with only 3 races to go now. I think we're about 100 points back from 10. So I doubt that we're going to be able to pick up that many points in 3 races, especially considering there's still 7 drivers in between us and 10. Is what it is, I guess. But we can go for more playoff points with the stage wins and the race wins, so we'll see what we can do there. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Of course, as always, we're going to get right into this race. Qualified 22nd. Doesn't look like we have anybody dropping to the rear that qualified ahead of us. So let's see. And how about Brendan Gaughan qualifying on the pole here today as well? Looking fast. Talk about an upset in a possible wild card race. What if Brendan Gaughan gets it done today? Corey LaJoie and Quinn Houff will be starting at the back. They already qualified the back half of the field. Carson Boy, Kyle Larson, Van Damme, Jeff Oney, and Tyler Burbeck. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're going to have a fun night of racing here at the Glen. Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream as well. Schneider DNF'd in the first road course race this season at Sonoma. Not his own fault there. He was mid-pack at the restart of stage 2 when Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They got into the side of Tyler Reddick and tried to get the car back on the racetrack off the exit of the hairpin and shot Schneider into the inside retaining wall. He's going to try to stay out of trouble here in this one. Green flag already in the air. 4 wide in turn 1 as Schneider got pinched down after contact with Kurt Busch, making that 4 wide move, but he gets around all 3 cars as he clears Reddick and Ross Chastain as well. Brendan Gaughan gets the early jump. It was pretty good. Just got off the golf course a little bit ago. You guys have a pretty good day as well. And a little contact in the back of the 17 car right there of Chris Buescher. Probably should have dropped it down to second gear right there. He kept it in third. And that's going to make him overrun the next corner. And Eric Jones is going to get back around him. Ross Chastain out of the inside as well.
Right side. You got room. You're clear there.
Remember, Schneider does not have a road course chassis. Coming into this race with a short track chassis. Outbreaking Ross Chastain in turn 1 to get around him back for 17. Really just trying to settle in right now. 82 on the engine power, 79 on the aero and the suspension. This is only a 90-lap event. R6, welcome to the stream. Brendan Gaughan qualified. Yeah, Brendan Gaughan qualified first, ladies and gentlemen. He actually swept the rounds and qualified as well. Won round 1 and round 2. And now look at him. He's already led the first lap of the race. Looking like he's going to lead lap 2. Schneider trying to gain that time back on Jones after he got around him and then Jones passed him back. This time he drops it to second gear in turn 2. A lot better corner. He's driving it in deep. He needs to push hard. He knows this is a short race.
Right side.
We did upgrade our pit crew slightly from the last race to this race. We had an 85 on the speed and the accuracy of the pit crew, but after the race last night, we upgraded the speed to a 95 and the accuracy to a 90. Pit crew's still not going to be perfect, but it will definitely be a little bit faster. Johnson made a pass on Schneider that last lap. He quickly gets to the back bumper of Eric Jones Jr. wants to get going. We'll break this bad run of races he has been on. He's right around where Schneider's at in points right now. Both drivers with at least one win. Schneider's actually got two of them. Drives it deep into the bus stop. All over the back of Jimmy Johnson now. Drops in second gear in turn 5. Jimmy gonna look to the outside. Jones gonna have the inside into turn 6. Jimmy clears him getting into the corner. Power move by Jimmy Johnson on the pass on the outside in turn 6. 48 car looks pretty fast here early on. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. And now we already have our first caution of the race at lap number 4. Looks like somebody in the S's had some heavy smoke pouring out of their race car. Relax yellows are on for the road courses as always as well. And how about Brendan Gaughan leading the first 6 or 7 laps now by the time we go back to green? Nobody's going to have to pit it all in this stage, so everybody's going to stay out. Probably some guys at the back are going to pit the fresh tires. Restarted 18th, 4 spots better than what he was at the start of the race. Enter Chatterley, welcome to the stream as well.
Coming to the green, driver. Ready.
And green flag in the air.
Green flag.
And it's going to be on the outside lane. This is going to be really tough as they go into turn 1. Johnson almost into the back of Truex as he kind of wheel hopped it into turn 1. Look how far back the 19 car went. Schneider on the outside of Bowman, a little bit of contact. Tough area of the racetrack to run side by side through the S's. That's about as good of a restart Schneider could have had from the outside as he goes from 18th to 13th. Eric Almirola gets to the lead now on Brendan Gaughan.
Left side.
Chris Buescher drives it in deep. Schneider hugs the curbing. He gets to the inside of Alex Bowman. Elliott trying to move forward. He gets around Clint Boyer for position. Kyle Busch going to try to follow Elliott now. He'll be on the outside into turn 6. But he'll actually clear Boyer before they get into the corner. Schneider drives it deep into turn 6 now, trying to get closer to the 14. Schneider up to a race high 12th position. Again, not racing with a road course chassis. Only an 82 on the engine power as well, so going through these shifts, when upshifting at least, he is not going to be able to really get that source of speed he wants. He's going to try to drive it into the corners as deep as he can this entire race, if he can help it. Schneider trying to put a little bit of pressure on Clint Boyer for position. It's Eric Almirola out in front. Almirola's already got 2 wins this season. Schneider deep into the bus stop, launches it through Boyer, and he wheel hops now. He plows through the grass. He'll hang on to the position, but he definitely smoked the tires a little more than what he wanted. He gained a spot on Boyer with it, but look at how much ground he lost to Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. Elliott trying to make a pass on Daniel Suarez inside the top 10. They're side by side. Boyer battles back now on Schneider to the outside in turn 7. Schneider holds clear.
Excellent lap there. Good job. Right side.
Almost got underneath Schneider in turn 1. Kyle Busch got alongside Suarez. He couldn't pass him on the outside into 6 like he did on Boyer. But how about the run the 99 is having? Again, up to 11th early. Could be in position to get some stage points. Look at how much he closed on Kyle Busch. Big wheel hop off the curbing, drives through it, and passes the 18 of Kyle Busch. What a great set of corners by the 99. He closed in so quickly and capitalized with a clean pass nonetheless. Busch going to try to battle back. And he'll make the pass. Schneider drives it deep though into turn 7. He gets into the side of Busch. There's a little bit of contact. And that allows Suarez to get away. Into turn 1. Schneider guns it. He clears him cleanly. Runs a little wide. And now Boyer gets to the inside. They're side by side into the S's. Oh, very close to contact. Boyer beat him back to 4th gear. Schneider maybe over-aggressively trying to make these passes, and it cost him a position there to Clint Boyer. Gets underneath him barely. How did they make it through there without any contact? And again, Schneider nails the bus stop perfectly into turn 5 and makes the pass. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Kyle Busch on the outside of Suarez again into turn 6. This time he clears him in the center of the corner. Schneider's having a major problem trying to load the car up in turn 6 all day long. And Boyer gets around him. Buescher's going to get around him. Going to drop Schneider back to 13th now. Trying to break the draft as Coleman pulls him in behind. 10 laps to go in stage 1. Already halfway through the stage. Schneider's keeping the car clean. He's making aggressive moves, but he's, for the most part, not making contact. He made a little contact with Kyle Busch that one time, overcooking him at turn 7, but outside of that, he's just pushing extremely hard, knowing that everybody's going to be hitting pit road at the stage break anyways. Why not? Pass in turn 5, that time on Chris Buescher for 12th. That's definitely Schneider's best area of the racetrack is the bus stop and turn 5. He needs to really start hugging the bottom as much as he can in 6 so he can hold these guys behind him. Buescher gets to the outside in turn 7. Kind of undercuts the corner. Can't beat Schneider there either though. Schneider going down to break the draft, but Buescher's only going to get to the outside.
Careful, still there.
Another side by side into turn 1. Crisscrossing. Buescher to the inside into the S's. Look at Schneider with that power move. Can he clear? Yes, he does. Oh, he puts it in the wall. Still holds on in front of Buescher somehow. And now he's blocking him aggressively up the exit of the S's. Finally getting up the hill. Now into the bus stop again. Should be able to pull away from him. Careful not to get a penalty if you're Schneider through the bus stop. He's done a perfect job getting through there all day. Except for that one mistake we went wide into the grass. Still made the pass somehow. Suarez might lose another spot to Clinton Boyer. As they battle for that final stage point, Boyer came up a close 3rd place. After winning a stage at Michigan, leading the most laps, but was not able to get the win. He got passed coming to the white flag by eventual winner Mark Truex Jr. He got his 2nd win of the season. Schneider not in position to get some stage points here. It's about 25 seconds off the race lead. Going to be risky to see if he's going to hit pit road or not before the end of this stage. That was a weird hop off the curb. It like just shot us to the left. You would think it would have shot us to the right, but it shot us to the left. Yep, stages are 20, 20, and 50. How important a win would be for the 99 of Schneider, who's only got 2 stage wins on the season, 2 race wins, and he's not in the top 10 in points, so he's going to be one of the bottom feeders once the playoffs start. It might be below the cutoff line, considering we have had 12 different winners so far. See another new winner tonight. How big would it be for Brendan Gaughan to get into the playoffs? I'm kind of pulling for, you know, an upset winner like that. If Glen could go to victory lane today, as well as, obviously if we can, as well as maybe somebody like that winning at Daytona as well. If Fincham can get inside the top 30 in points, he already won at Talladega, he could get in. That's going to help Schneider at least make it easier for him to get through the round of 16. Guys like that can get into the playoffs. They're lacking the playoff points. Huge. Rookie season in the Xfinity Series, Schneider only had 2 wins going into the playoffs as well. Strange thing is, though, is Schneider's had these first 2 wins in the first 12 races of the season. He hasn't gotten one since, though, and hasn't even finished inside the top 10 since that last win in the Coke 600 as well. He's only got 4 top 10s total in the season. Running 12th early, you just got to keep the car clean now. You might have a shot at a top 10 with some late race restarts. We have had 1 caution for incident so far today. It came out at lap number 4. Not sure who it was, but somebody is out of the race from that incident. It does seem like Schneider is slowly gaining on Daniel Suarez and Clint Boyer. Doesn't seem like Schneider's really using the right side tires up at all, which means in the left-handed corners he's not burning up the tires, which is actually kind of surprising considering turn 6 has been going wide nearly every time. Austin Dillon out of nowhere now going to battle for 12. Boyer trying to get around Suarez on the outside. That didn't work for him. Austin Dillon makes the pass meanwhile on Schneider for 12th place.
5 to go, driver.
5 laps to go now in stage 1. Boyer to the outside into 1. That didn't work either. Schneider had a great corner in turn 1 there. We'll see if he can close next set of corners. But Austin Dillon looks really fast. He's coming off the top 10 at Michigan, so some good momentum for him coming in. If we can get a good finish today, somehow, without a road course chassis, I feel like we can actually get a top 10 at Dover, and if we run well at Daytona, we could have a momentum boost when the playoffs begin at Darlington, which would be huge for this 99 team. They need every source of momentum they can get. Jump back to the gears a little too quickly that time in turn 5, and it cost him. He had to put the throttle a lot more than what he wanted to. We have 4 laps to go in the stage right now. Pit road closes with 2 to go in the stage for anybody that would like to short pit. Schneider's not in any position to get some stage points here in stage 1.
You're clear there.
He may short pit. He tried it at Sonoma and it bit him, and then he ended up getting in a wreck on the restart because he was mid-pack. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does here. Suarez's pace is definitely dropped though. Schneider's going to have to pit this time too. He's not going to be able to wait it out another lap because Almirola's going to get 3 to go here pretty soon. Schneider's 35.5 seconds off the lead. Takes the leaders about a minute and 7, minute 8 seconds if I had to guess to get around this place. He's only got a couple quarters to make the decision. He's going to stay out. Schneider's not going to pit. He's going to stay out. If it would have worked out for us at Sonoma, I would have went for it right here, but it's too big of a risk. Austin Dillon looking to get inside of Clint Boyer for position. Those guys get side by side up here. Schneider might actually be able to sneak into the top 10 and get a stage 1. And that's kind of what he's banking on right now. He's still trying to hold off Chris Buescher. And actually, Dillon did get around Clint Boyer off the exit of turn 1. So Dillon looking pretty fast here. He can get around Daniel Suarez. We meet Forever 85, welcome to the stream. Schneider deep into the bus stop. Massive run underneath the 14 to Clint Boyer. And makes the pass in turn 5 on the inside. Back into the top dozen. He might be able to get a stage point even with staying out. It's going to depend on if Suarez can hold up Austin Dillon. Schneider deep into turn 6. He's going to go wide. Side by side, though, between Dillon and Suarez. Dillon clear off the exit of turn 7 for 10th. That might have been the opportunity Schneider needed, but he overcooked it in turn 6 and couldn't get alongside of him. And now Boyer's looking to pass the 96 again. 2 laps to go, meanwhile, in stage 1. Eric Almirola still out in front. Schneider can get back around Boyer again this time. He's getting a good draft off Boyer. Gasses it up in the middle. Oh, almost made contact with Boyer. Boyer got out of the gas and let Schneider in line, because I don't think they were going to make it through there without contact if he didn't do that. Schneider really sent it going into the bus stop. He's within striking distance to make it to 11th at least. He's just got to keep Boyer behind him now into turn 7. Final lap of stage 1. But remember, when Austin Dillon crosses the line in 10th, the stage will end for these guys battling for the 11th position. No points on the line, but track position for the next restart and when they come to pit road. Schneider's got the upgraded picture. We'll have to see what they can do. I swear, if we lose spots again still, I'm going to really be upset about that. Off of turn 7, Eric Almirola will come to the start-finish line to win stage 1 here at Watkins Glen. Schneider into the bus stop. Guns right around Suarez. Another spot, he's up to 11. This is as high as he's been in the running order now in this race. After starting 22nd, he passed half the cars he needed to so far through stage 1. Even though there's no stage points, I'd say that's an accomplishment for Schneider. Well, now he's got to keep Suarez behind him and not overrun turn 6. Suarez at least closes the gap there. Into turn 7, Schneider hangs on.
Plenty of racing left.
Ryan Priest inside the top 10 as well. Newman without a win, 3rd. Of course, Brendan Gaughan up there in 2nd after qualifying on the pole. Eric Almirola is going to win stage 1 here at Watkins Glen. 4 tires, full tank of fuel. No damage to be repaired here. Gonna have 5%. Yeah, 5% more tape. Gonna make a wedge adjustment as well. Half around the wedge is gonna be taken out of the 99 car. A little bit of a risk there with that. Why not? 4th stage win of the year for Almirola. He does have 2 race wins this season as well, so another playoff point. That's big for him. And Schneider doesn't gain or lose spots on pit road there. Went in 11th, came out 11th. I think they'll take it. He'll be on the outside, unfortunately, for this restart, just like he was the last time. Green flag, back in the air, stage 2 underway at the Glen. Oh, Schneider, really locked the tires up into 1st gear. Punches it back to the throttle now and gets to the outside of Chase Elliott into the SS. No, not quite. He's trying to battle Elliott.
Still there.
Full contact. Elliott trying to side draft now. side by side up there for third. Almirola holds on to the lead on the restart. Who's going to give? Nobody.
All right, you're clear.
Oh, Schneider sends it underneath Hamlin now. A little contact with him, and he's up to 6th. Trying to make the most of this restart. What a jump again, even from the outside. I don't think he's going to have the speed to keep up with these guys, though. He is going to be holding these guys up as long as he can. Hopefully with that wedge adjustment, it might help the car stick a little better in turn 6. Kyle, the King fan, welcome to the stream. Trying to create a little bit of space from Hamlin behind him, and I'd say he did so. Pretty good in turn 5 as well. Trying to break that draft whatever he can there with Hamlin behind him. A little wide, turn 6, Hamlin to the outside into turn 7. Schneider hangs on. Door open now for Chase Elliott to try and make the pass on Denny Hamlin. Hamlin, Elliott still side by side. And Elliott clears him on the outside in turn 1. So Chase is now back to 7th place, trying to run down Schneider. I'd keep an eye on that 3 car of Austin Dillon. He looked really fast at the end of stage 1, got up to 10th. He's in 9th place after this restart, gained another spot. Schneider's, granted, they're racing pretty hard behind him, but I'd say he's holding his own in 6th place. Again, considering we do not have a road course chassis, this is pretty impressive. I'd say they went the right way with the wedge adjustment too. Definitely a little bit better in turn 6. Oh, Ellie got a power run, beating him back up to 3rd gear at least. But again, Schneider will fend him off just like he did Hamlin the lap before. Hamlin's got to run to the inside of Elliott into turn 1. Trying to pass him in the same spot Chase got around him the lap before. And Will on the inside. Hamlin clear with ease. Schneider a little tight. And Hamlin gets to the inside. Schneider going to try to side draft Denny as much as he can. Hamlin with a block. Oh, he blocked Schneider going into the bus stop, and Hamlin goes around. And Dillon shoves a 99 wide. Hamlin's in the wall. We stay green as he's off the race course. Chase Elliott gets through to 6. Hamlin threw a late block going into the bus stop right as he was checking up into the corner, and Schneider got into the back of him. And the points leader is going to lose massive ground. Schneider's got a little damage to the nose of his race car now, and that just made it extremely tight in turn 6. Went wide again, but he holds on in front of Priest. All kinds of action around this racetrack. Second gear, they're at quite a bit of a wheel spin. And, Although he still got through there pretty decent, definitely could have gotten through there a little bit better. Oh, Schneider really pinched Priest off. Priest did beat him to the inside into the corner. With that contact, it really allowed Priest to get around the 99, and he's back to 7th place. Kyle Busch to the outside. Schneider didn't want to give up the bottom and let Austin Dillon get underneath him who had a run. Really tight, just can't get the car to turn in turn 1, but luckily with Dillon and Busch side by side behind him, he holds on to 8. Dillon and Busch just cannot clear one another right now.
Left side. All right, you're clear.
Busch cleared Austin Dillon a couple corners ago. Trying to make a run after the 99 once again. Schneider not going to try to break the draft this time. Busch is too close behind him. And actually beat him back to 4th here and pulls him a little bit into turn 1. Not a bad corner, considering the damage to the front of the race car. But Busch just beats him back to the gas off the exit. Now they're side by side into the S's. Tight space. Schneider shuts the door and he holds on. And with that lost attempt in trying to make the pass on the inside, here comes Austin Dillon on the outside. Into the bus stop. Who will give between Dillon or Busch? Nobody's going to give there. Schneider pitches it, slides into the bus stop. He will create a gap. And Dillon is going to come out with the 9th place position on Kyle Busch. Ten laps to go in stage 2 for Eric Almirola. Was led all but the first 6 laps of the race, 6 or 7, which was led by pole sitter Brendan Gaughan. Gaughan has been in 2nd though, right behind him the whole way. Dillon holds off Busch, trying to get a run to maybe look low on Schneider into turn 1. Stage points on the line here for Dillon and Schneider. Two drivers probably needed Dillon more so. He's without a win this season. He'll get to the inside off the exit of turn 1 into the S's, just like Kyle Busch was able to. Can Dillon make the pass? Schneider trying to shut the door. Oh, he couldn't do it that time. A little bit of contact with Dillon. And Dillon hits him back. Dillon hit him back, and he's going to pull clear. Schneider into the bus stop. Oh, there's more contact. Dillon might go around. He does. Dillon goes around. He backs it in front of traffic. Kyle Busch gets through to 8th place. Aggressive goes around. I said that intentionally, don't worry. Schneider's starting to run a little hot with that damage to the front of the race car as well. I have to take some tape off the race car. Hovering right around that 260 mark. It won't blow unless it gets to about 270. He is obviously not as fast as what he was at the beginning of the stage, and he's really starting to hold a lot of these guys up. 2.5 seconds off the lead or so. Final stage more than twice the length of the first 2 stages of this race. No No caution in stage 2 like we had in stage 1, at least so far.
Right side. Right side.
It's
clear.
tough to tell if everybody missed
All right,
Austin
you're clear.
Dillon when he spun, went into the blind spot in turn 5 when he was in mid-spin. It's tough to tell if Hammer might have gotten a piece of the wall earlier as well when he went for a spin. They're going to give Johnson the outside. Must make sure he's going to have the bottom into turn 1. Jimmy had a bit of a run. Great crossover, though, by Johnson. And Dillon's coming out of the pits as a ghost car, I guess. So he must have had damage because he pit. And now he's a lap down. Jump break for Austin Dillon, who was inside the top 10. Pressure tires on Johnson. We'll see if he'll hold Jimmy up for a couple corners until he gets back into a rhythm. He gets up to speed. Schneider pushing as hard as he can here in this one, if you couldn't tell already. He's in the 10th position without a road course chassis. And if you are new to the channel, this is the hardest difficulty. We've only had 4 top 10s this season. This is what could have been at Sonoma earlier this year. He's running right about 8 to 12 most of the race, at least early. At the Benedetto trying to get around Schneider. Schneider getting side drafted. Jimmy couldn't clear. Schneider pitches it into turn 1 on the outside. And he's in the wall. He just could not hold that corner. More damage to the race car is not going to help either. Right back to where he finished the end of the first stage, but again with this damage, not looking too great for Schneider. Schneider's still cooking away some pretty good lap times. I don't imagine Schneider is going to have a fast pit stop having to repair this damage during the stage break as well. We'll wait and see. 6 to go, stage 2. First time we'll alternate the different camera angles in the race today. Just can't get the car to turn. All right to go that wide if he can stay in the gas, but he can't stay in the gas when he does it. Now he's having to put the gas a little bit more. And yes, this, and again, they're definitely going to have to take some tape off the race car. Granted, repairing the damage shouldn't do it, but I think he'll take the tape off for safety precaution just in case, and he hopped the 4th gear way too early. That was a big mistake in the bus stop. And Kurt Busch is all over him now in turn 5. Going to get around, and Schneider's losing a bunch of positions. Better than a DNF, I guess, but the damage is not swinging him in the right direction, that's for sure.
5 to go, you got this.
Four to go this time by for Eric Almirola. Caught the back of lap traffic right now, so we'll see if Eric can hang on to the lead to the end of stage 2 and sweep the stages at Watkins Glen. Don't think of Eric Almirola as a road course racer. Having a good run though so far. Oh, Schneider way wide in turn 5. Almost got up into the wall there. Didn't realize he had Boyer underneath him. Contact, and Boyer slams into Buescher hard into the guardrail. In a dangerous area of the racetrack where he's sitting on the inside. Schneider had no clue Clint Boyer was there. Oh, that stinks. He knew he went wide in turn 5 and regathered it. I thank the spotter on that one for not telling me there's a car inside. Should use the mirrors a little better. Poor Boyer. He's probably going to have to come down onto pit road now. It's like Austin Dillon had to already. I'm sure he made it into the pits by the time it closed. Because pit road's now closed, so as long as he made it in, he's not going to get penalized for it. Or sorry, no, there's 3 to go. 3 laps to go, so pit road is still open. What's this precision here? If Schneider's going to pit, he's about 5 seconds behind where he was in stage 1. He didn't pit there. I don't think he can pit here. They risk going a lap down. He's just going to have to suffer to the end of the stage. Two to go now for Eric Almirola. Stage 2. Schneider's got about a second and a half behind him, back to Suarez, and then Hamlin's in 15th after spinning. He's in 7th at the time of him going around after throwing a late block on Schneider getting into the bus stop. Basically hurt himself. Wild and chaotic stage 2, that's for sure. Hamlin and Suarez are side by side for position.
White flag, next time by.
Still only one caution per incident. Massive wheel hop. Again, just going way too wide in turn 5. Struggling with a tight race car with this damage. Should be repairable under the 5-second damage clock. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Have to take some tape off the race car as well. But the wedge adjustment seemed to work. It was just, once he got the damage, he lost 6 points on the back. And then as high as 6 today. Rushing for the wall again. Gotta keep it clean for one more lap.
White flag, dig driver.
Currently in 13. 2 spots worse than what he was at the end of stage 1. A lot of the faster cars in the field have finally made their way all inside the top 10 now. Excluding Denny Hamlin early. 15 people watching right now. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Thanks for tuning in for our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode race at the Glen. Been a wild show so far, as Eric Almirola has now swept the first 2 stages of the race. He's already claimed that second green-white checkered flag of the night, and there is the stage break right as Schneider was getting into turn 6. So Almirola gets his 4th and 5th stage win of the season after qualifying on the front row. Qualified second tonight. And only one caution for incidents so far. 5% of tape going to be taken off the race car here for Schneider. And top off on fuel, 4 fresh tires, no other adjustments. At least for right now. And we're going to have about 47 laps to go when we go green to start this final stage here tonight at Watkins Glen. Schneider only lost one spot on pit road.
All right, man.
Repairing the 2 seconds of damage, I think he'll take it. And he gets to restart on the inside, I guess, with it as well. He has not been able to do that on the restart so far tonight. Green flag in the air. He's going to try to take advantage of it. 3 wide into turn 1. A little bit of a wheel spin down on the curbing in first gear. Gains a couple spots to 11. Side by side for the lead. Brendan Glen trying to battle back right now on Eric Almirola, as they remain side by side through the S's. And they're still side by side battling for the track position in the clean air at the front of the field. It's going to be an accordion line behind them until somebody sorts it out. Schneider just guns it into the bus stop, passing Ryan Newman. A little contact with Kurt Busch. Trying to sneak inside, and he can't do it. A little more contact, beating and banging. Priest and DiBenedetto are side by side. Schneider finally clears Kurt Busch.
Right side. Right side clear.
Kurt stuck on the outside in turn 6. Newman's got him, but Kurt's going to have the advantage now into the next corner. Side by side for third through turn 7 up ahead between Chase Elliott and Joey Logano. And Brendan Glen, by the way, came out with the lead on the restart. Logano has made his way to third. Kyle Busch will make his way to fourth, getting around Chase Elliott as well. As high as Busch has been in the running order so far. Schneider with a clean card this time, back inside the top 10 on the restart tonight. He overcooked the entry into turn 5 a little bit. Didn't get through the bus stop as good as he's been for most of the day. Battle for track position. He's got to keep as many cars behind him as possible. Newman in turn 6 makes the pass on Kurt Busch. Got to the outside into turn 7 on Schneider, and that didn't work out for him. Crossed flags in the air. We're halfway home through this entire race now. 45 laps down, 45 to go. Still only one caution for incident. It is a one-stop race to the finish. That time he's finally able to get away from Newman a little bit. Newman's got a big one in the draft. About as good as Schneider can get to 26 right there. Newman's still closed on him. And he's all over the back of Schneider off the exit of turn 7. Back to the start-finish line. Brendan Glen continues to lead here at Watkins Glen. Great corner at turn 1. He's got to really run that identical line to both the 6 and the 1 behind him because they're obviously quicker. Schneider is holding him up. But again, it's a battle for track position. If we get another caution or two, Schneider would like to restart inside the top 10. He has not been able to restart there all day today. still make adjustments during the next pit stop as well. Wow, look at Newman close in turn 6. Kurt Busch maybe going to try to attest to the outside now in turn 7. Newman hangs on to the position. Kurt might try the outside going down into turn 1 again. As Newman is maybe going to take a peek on Schneider down low.
Right side.
He's underneath him. A little bit of contact.
Still there.
Still side by side. Newman clear. He's up to 9th. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream.
Still there. Right side clear.
We should have gotten a penalty for that one. Either way, Schneider gets back around Ryan Newman. A little bit of luck from the NASCAR officiating crew, but I guess that's for them not calling a caution a couple times. We got into an accident. We should have done a caution in the last few races. Michigan, New Hampshire. Schneider might give up the spot to Newman again. Hanging on him tight, trying to side draft him as much as he could. Now he falls in line behind. We'll see if he can stay in the draft. Newman's just pulling him. He's got a much faster race car. Remember, Newman finished 3rd at the end of stage 1, so he probably has a top 3 car. He just did not be able to restart. And now Kurt Busch is going to get to the inside of Schneider as well.
Still there.
And he'll be able to clear in the S's. Yes, I did repair the 2 seconds of damage. What's going on with Schneider in the final stage, but he is not getting through the bus stop in turn 5 as well as what he was in the first stage and really the first half of stage 2 as well. That was probably his last chance to get back around Kurt Busch during this green flag run. Suarez about 1.5 seconds behind him. Truex stuck behind the 96 right now. Brendan Gaughan continues to lead after Almirola won the first 2 stages. Remember, Gaughan qualified on the pole, swept the stages, or the rounds I should say, both rounds of qualifying. Tied the match, shot at 52. Yeah, I didn't shoot so hot for myself today. It was the first time I've been able to play consistent in a while, hopefully. All the rain we've been getting and traveling, I'm not able to play every day and stuff. Hopefully with being back home for 5 weeks in a row before I go to the next race, I can get some consistent golf in, and the rain's not cooperating so far since coming back. I'm off tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain again, but I should be able to get out in the morning before it rains. I think I shot 85 for 18. 15 over. I did better on the back nine than what I did the front nine. Putting was pretty good. Chipping was good for the most part. Driving was good. Just kind of struggled with my second shots quite a bit today. It's like everything that I was hitting really good was like dead accurate right on the pin, but it was like 20 feet short every single time. And if the pin was like at the front of the green, I'm short of the green by about 10 feet. As damp as it is, you can't even putt from there either. Ryan Blaney inside the top 12. Trying to make a pass on Schneider. He somehow snuck around Suarez and Truex. I'm not sure how. So he almost got to the outside in turn 6 on Schneider, which would have been huge, because that would have put him on the inside in turn 7. It looks like he's going to get around him anyway. Schneider going to try to side draft the 12 of Blaney now. Trying to pull him back and make sure he's not going to clear him into turn 1. Blaney with a block. Schneider tries to undercut him. A little bit of contact. Blaney pulls him. He was also in the top 6 at the end of stage 1, so he probably obviously got a much faster car as well. Schneider's not done with him yet. He needs to get through the bus stop pretty good, but I think Blaney pulled him too much in the S's that he had no shot of getting back to him there. Boston Gaming 11, welcome to the stream. Still takes about 30 to 34 laps here at Watkins Glen. I don't want to take the tires that far into the run. It'll be like driving on ice after you get below 30% on the tire wear. But you also don't want to be the first to hit pit road if you're going to go a lap down. Obviously, with this being a road course, you have a little bit more leeway. You might be able to stay on the lead lap. If you're close enough to the leaders at least. They've been gone, still hanging on out in front. We'll have to see what the pit stops will be like if they are under green as well. That could be a difference maker. I mean, interval-wise, Schneider's actually keeping up with the leaders better, even though he is one spot further back than what he was when he was at his fastest probably in stage 1, up until now at least. He has been about 35 to 40 seconds back at the end of the 20-lap stint. 15 laps in. 27 seconds still. Doesn't matter where the interval is, it matters in the position. The running order by the end. Right now he's in 12th. Serviceable again, considering we do not have a road course chassis. Only 37 laps to go. Leaders are about to hit lap traffic. I can jack the running order up as well. Schneider's obviously got a long ways before he would even end up hitting lap traffic. That's good for him. Consistent times to at least keep Suarez and Truex behind him without putting any pressure on Schneider either. He's keeping those guys 1 to 2 seconds behind him consistently. He'll take that. Yeah, that really messed up the entry to turn 5, having that massive hop off the curving. There's the exit to the bus stop as well, a little right-hander before you get into turn 5. Really knocked the race car sideways. is caught up to Kurt Busch for position as well. Schneider 31.5 seconds off the race lead from Glen. I think Schneider's looking at about 25 laps to go, being the point of when he would want to pit, as long as he doesn't have to worry about going a lap down in the process of it. And now, looks like there's another battle for the lead in the midst of lap traffic. Joey Logano, for a second, looked like he might have gotten alongside Brendan Gaughan. Didn't lead a lap, and Gaughan hangs on through the S's. The lead will change hands in the bus stop. .33 laps to go at the start-finish line. Brendan Gaughan trying to pull off an absolute miracle, and not on a super speedway either, on a road course. Still another wild card, I guess you would say, of getting that upset, possible upset winner. Boy, would he be an upset winner. I believe he is in the top 30 points, unlike Fincham, who is on the outside trying to battle his way in. This would just be huge for Brendan Gaughan to make the playoffs with just a few races to go. Definitely a must-win situation anyway. I'm sure he had the calendar circled for Daytona at the end of the week, but why wait if he can get the win here tonight at Watkins Glen? That would put a lot less pressure on him at Daytona. It's nice that Schneider has had a lot of clean air in front of him and not a whole lot of pressure behind him, although Suarez and Truex starting to pulls that gap quite a bit. It's down to 1 second. With the leaders who are again, still in lap traffic. Schneider could be the first to pit road as well. That would be pretty massive. Everybody's been on the same pit strategy so far the way the first two stages went. Nobody pitted before the end of the stage to get track position for the start of the next stage. They just all pitted at the stage break. Even when we had that one lone caution for incident today, way back in stage 1 on lap 4 of this race was the only caution for incident we had. Even then, the strategy never really changed much. Everybody stayed out of the pits. It was too early into the run to make that loss of track position, especially if you were in the top half of the field at the time. Really trying to push as hard as he could through the S's. We still got over half his tire wear left. 20 laps into the run. 5 using all that excess pavement. Runoff area. He's gapping Suarez again. Now he's actually closed in on the leaders a tiny bit, who are really struggling in lap traffic, I'd have to assume right now, as well as maybe battling with each other. We know Logano's in the mix. Almirola's probably got to be there after winning the first 2 stages. Saw Kyle Busch was closing in on the restart at least.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
Now Schneider's fastest lap of the race as well. I guess that could have helped. The 110.217 at the start finish line there. Faster than his qualifying lap as well. Either of the 2 qualifying laps, I should say. He ran 2 laps in that first session. Trying to push it extra hard through the S's again. Made it work. Keeping the car clean too. That's the big thing. And we got a smoker going into the bus stop. Not sure who it is. Somebody is up in smoke. Tough to tell. Still, now they're on the racetrack into turn 5. It's Bubba Wallace in the 39 car who's up in heavy smoke. Schneider just to the outside. Wallace started drifting up the racetrack a little bit. I don't know if he was trying to get to that runoff area or not, but Schneider was able to stay in the gas, so it didn't really slow him down much, but he squeezed to the outside. Wallace trying to lift his car to pit road as we continue to stay green here at Watkins Glen.
Keep hitting your mark. You'll keep getting better.
110.642. Actually, last lap would have been 0.7, but I thought it was 2. So I read that wrong. That's what 717. But anyway, that lap was even quicker. And that was even having to get around Bubba Wallace off the exit of turn 5. A mixture of him running his fastest laps of the race on more laps now on his tires than any other point in this race, considering the stage breaks. We're at the end of 20 laps so far. This is the longest, a 50-lap run to the finish. 13 seconds behind Kurt Busch for 11th now. And Bubba, I think Wallace was ahead. No, never mind. Yeah, we were in 12 still. My bad. I was thinking we were 13. That was at the end of stage 2. We got really good spot. Extra on the restart.
Still there.
Have to get around Chad Fincher pretty quickly in turn 1 on the inside, and does.
Right side.
Bobby Carter's the next lap car. It's the first lap car Schneider's had to pass Nick. Leaders caught him there in stages 1 and 2, but Schneider just outside the top 10 at the end of those stages, 11th and 13th. Never had to deal with him. Now that we're on the screen flag run of the race, we're starting to have to deal with him for the first time. Got around Fincham quickly. Hopefully going to catch Bobby Carter in a decent spot. Not the greatest spot. He has to go to the outside in turn 5. Looks like a little bit of damage on the right front of Bobby Carter's race car as well. He might have gotten into Bubba Wallace, who again was pouring in very heavy smoke a little bit ago. We're about 34 seconds off the race lead. Be the final lap. We'll alternate through the different camera angles, and then we'll go back to the normal cam for the rest of this race. About 35.5 seconds off the lead again. Really been able to gap Suarez though, as he is struggling to get around the lap track, or at least struggle. Just pusher. Back up to 14. Leading back there early in stage 2. That restart as well. Could be the least amount of cautions we've had for incident in a race this season if it goes green to the finish. 7 seconds off the lead. He wants to pit. Probably should have pit a couple laps ago when that speed was trimmed down a lot lower. Went really wide in turn 1, that didn't help. 38 seconds off the race lead. I mean, there's no real way. I mean, 25 laps would split the final stage in half, which would be pitting this time by. About 25 to go. Start finish line, so. And it's a risk. I mean, do you want to pit? 25 to go for Brendan Gaughan, the race leader. He's going to have to do something to get off strategy. Try to get track position if we get a late caution, because he's not going to be able to win this race from 12 on a restart. He's nailed every restart so far, but he's not going to be able to go from 12 to first, especially on the road course. Really been able to gain up 3-4 spots. These guys can go about another dozen laps on fuel yet. And that's the thing, he's short pits, he just has to stay in the lead lap. If he gets the free pass, it's not going to matter. He's not going to win the race that way, and he's probably going to have a worse finish because he'll have to restart at the back of the pack, losing all that track position that he worked so hard for in this race leading up to it. Waiting for those leaders to struggle in more lap traffic. They have a little bit, because now it's kind of come down. Schneider's got about 3 lap cars in front of him coming up as well. Probably next lap, if he stays out of the pits. And Schneider's going to pit this time. He's going to decide to pit. It's a risk. 40 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. 4 fresh tires. No adjustment on the 99 car. 1 can of fuel, just enough to make it to the end. Just a half a tank. See, Harvick's out of the race. Bubba Wallace was not able to return. Schneider's just got to hope that he can get back out in front of the 62 somehow, some way. It's going to be really tough. I doubt it, but there's a lot of lap traffic coming up in front of the leaders, and Schneider did it when he had about as much clean air as he could, really, knowing he was going to catch lap traffic if he stayed out a lap longer. 16-second pit stop right on the nose. Kyle Busch just went through. The leaders are just exiting turn 1, so Schneider is a lap down. He didn't miss those guys by much. If they catch the lap traffic right, we'll see. Schneider also has fresher tires than everybody else now, too, so he might actually be able to run these guys down with the fresher tires. I'd like to think 25 lap fresher tires would make a difference. He needs to, but if he can get around him and then catch a caution, he could actually restart from the lead. It's a big swing on strategy, but he's willing to take the gamble, obviously. He's not even in the free pass position. Now, granted, he could take the wave around to get back on the lead lap, too, considering nobody else on the lead lap has pit yet. But again, if that happens, his chances of winning are over. Not very high to begin with. But 38 seconds off the lead when we hit pit road. Really only a corner or two behind the leaders. In on Kyle Busch. Struggling right now to get around Matt Kenseth. That was a big loose moment. Getting into turn 5 after a huge bounce off the curbing. Schneider again that time. Ryan Newman's closed up from behind. He just doesn't have a race car. Pushing as hard as he has all race. He's been pushing hard pretty much the full race anyway. 10.826. Not as fast as lap, but one of the fastest laps he's ran today. Newman's gonna get around. He just flew right around Schneider for turn 1. The lack of speed, knowing he does not have a road course chassis. Best case scenario, I guess, is this thing cycles all the way through and it gets back to 12. Gain some sort of time on drivers ahead of him. Launches it underneath Ryan Newman, rubs up against the side of the 34, Michael McDowell, knowing he had to get around quick.
Still there?
He's actually put position on McDowell as well. Now he gets alongside Matt Kenseth, trying to stay away from the 42, make sure he doesn't side draft him. Gets it deep into turn 6, so clear.
All right, you're clear then. To go.
20 to go here at the Glen. When will the rest of the leaders pit? Into the outside in turn 7 after getting underneath Schneider in turn 6. Rolls right around him again. Still think he is closing in on the race leaders slowly. And they get to really old tires too, I'd like to think Schneider close in. I mean, he's got 25 lap pressure tires, and it's not making a difference, at least with Ryan Newman. We know he's got a top 3 race car trying to fight himself back after having a bad restart to this final stage. Running out of time though, less than 20 to go. Especially if he does again stay green to the finish. I can't imagine the only caution of the race would have been on lap 4. I guess it's not impossible. It's about the full length of that main straightaway behind Glen, maybe a little less than that. Top 5 are probably all under a blanket right now with all the lap traffic around them. That is digging. Pushing really hard through the S's this time. Oh, a little too hard. He had to lift. Didn't want to risk damaging the race car and put it in the guardrail. Off the exit of the S's. I did not know Watkins Glen was 9 on NASCAR 2003. I've never played NASCAR 2003. Never had it. And oh my goodness. Saw it out of the corner of my eye. As long as it stays away from me, doesn't bother me. I can mess my corners up, I'm alright. Thought I'd start to get back away from Schneider again as they finally got through that lap traffic. There's still a huge train of lap traffic that Glen's still got to get to as well, though. There's got to be a lot of cars a lap down. They're getting the draft off Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Pulls out of line to make the pass on the pressured tires. Completes it before getting into turn 6. Outbrakes him as well. Launches to the inside into turn 7. Slight bit of contact, and Clint Boyer's coming to pit road. He's the lap down already. Schneider potentially to the outside of Bobby Carter. On the inside was occupied. Carter not giving him a ton of room into the S's. Schneider makes the pass there. Took him a little bit longer to get around him though. Launches it into the bus stop. Passes Chastain for 21st. All over the back of the 6 of Ryan Newman. Newman's closing in on Kyle Busch for position. That will be for 5th, just up ahead. And we're still gaining speed through there. I'm just pushing the car so hard right now. That's the only reason you see me clip some grass. $15 laps to go. I'm surprised they have gone 35. Well, I guess we had 3 caution laps at the stage break as well. The leaders are going to be pitting within probably either this lap, maybe 3 more laps at the most they can go on fuel. And that's going to be about it. Launches past Ryan Newman. Sends it underneath Kyle Busch in turn 5. He's doing what he can right now. He's got 4 more lead lap cars to pass to get back on the lead lap. Schneider's good on fuel to the end of the race. Again, he's short pitted. There's a lap down, but it looks like we are going to cycle through. Race leader Brendan Gaughan is on pit road. So is the rest of the car. No, Joey Logano stays out another lap. So Logano will lead his first lap of the race at the line. 14 to go as he stays out of the pits. Not that far ahead of Schneider. He's the only lead lap car ahead of the 99 still. Looks like Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman both stayed out of the pits as well. Schneider trying to send it underneath John Hunter Nemechek. A little bit of contact now. He's just trying to side draft him.
Still there. All right, you're clear then. Coming to the pit.
Logano going to be pitting this time. Didn't think he could really go much longer. Some lap car is going to pull onto pit road behind him. Eric Almirola actually stayed out an extra lap along with Logano, trying to get back around him on the racetrack. So Schneider's at least back on the lead lap in case we got another yellow. The problem is we'll have to see where he's going to exactly cycle out of the pits. Right now he is 18. He went into the pits in 12. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, Ryan Newman stays out another lap. He's still on the racetrack. So he led his first lap of the race at the line. Well, I was going to say, it doesn't make any sense that on 25 lap pressure tires and pitting probably 10 to 12 laps before everybody else, why we came out so much further behind. Like, Denny Hamlin was behind us, and he's 8 seconds ahead of us now. Unless he still has to pit, I don't know.
That car in front of you is coming to the pit.
Nick Jones might be coming into the pits this time. He is. Schneider going to try to stay high. That really messed his corner up in turn 7, not being able to get all the way to the bottom. I'd have to assume Ryan Newman's got a pit right now. And Newman is coming into the pits right now. Oh yeah, Schneider's in 12th. Right where he came in, I guess. About 2 seconds behind DiBenedetto for 11th. 4.5 seconds behind Kurt Busch for 10. So he did close the gap. He was about 16 seconds behind Busch. He was in 11th at the time. Let's see who's going to cycle as the new race leader. Still no caution in the final stage. We have not had a caution per incident since way early in this race at lap 4 total. Brendan Gaughan has cycled back to the lead. He got to the lead on the restart for the final stage. And as far as him being on the racetrack, he has not looked back. He only not led for about 5 laps or so during the green flag session of pit stops. Kind of keeping up with DiBenedetto. He's not closing, not losing him. An interval on the race leader, Schneider lost about 3.5 seconds. By pitting 25 laps sooner. I just don't understand how they were able to do that. Back position, name of the game at Watkins Glen. Road courses in general. Especially in NASCAR. Chris George, welcome to the stream. We'll have 11 laps to go this time by. Guns it to quickly get around McDowell in the bus stop. He didn't want to wait behind him. 18.5 seconds behind Busch here. See, even the 13th place car behind Schneider before the pit stops too was about, what, only 2-3 seconds behind him. So I mean, I guess he did gain a gap there. It's just on those like top 5 or 6. I mean, they were not slowing up. For those last couple laps before pit stops, we got around Newman and Busch. Kyle Busch, at least. Who knows? Maybe we see a caution. You know it's going to be full send mode from Schneider if we get another yellow. Especially if we get another position on the racetrack or 2 before that. Kurt Busch, Manny D catches lap traffic in a bad spot, perhaps. No, I'm not going to New Hampshire. No. I don't go to every race. I wish, but... next race I'm going to would be Indianapolis. What a day for Brendan Gaughan, though. Again, he's been in the top 3 the whole race. Oh, man, excuse me. I had to pause that. I was about to wreck if I didn't. Ugh. It snuck up on me. That time I felt it, though. Last night when I sneezed into the mic, I didn't. Sorry. little bit quicker than Kurt Busch that last lap. And Benedetto. A second faster than the 21. A little less than a second faster than Kurt Busch, but again, probably lap traffic. Again, they catch the lap cars wrong. Can't count Schneider out of the top 10. Turn 7 a little bit on entry. Nine laps to go. And what the guy who doesn't want to see a caution is Brendan Gaughan, trying to become the 13th different winner this season. And how bad is that going to be for Boyer if he does not make it to the playoffs because Gaughan goes to victory lane, or maybe on top of somebody else perhaps winning at Daytona. That would really be a shame. It's just plowing some more grass. Top 10 is possible. It's not impossible. They're not really pulling away. They're just like consistently 6 seconds ahead. That's what I mean. They catch lap traffic in a bad spot. Problem is, Schneider's got to pass the same lap cars that they're going to be working with. Timmy Hill and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just up ahead. They're side by side right in front of the 99. Schneider's just going to send it underneath Stenhouse. Trying to get around him, and he can't. Could not clear him in turn 7. Gets him back to 4th gear. He's going to have to drive it deep underneath Timmy Hill into turn 1 as well.
You got room. You're clear.
Timmy Hill not cutting Schneider any brakes. Schneider side drafted him though quite a bit. Clears him in the S's. Oh, Timmy. Benedetto's now caught Kurt Busch. Schneider can't break free of Timmy Hill. Hill lets him go finally in the bus stop. Gotta be heavy lap traffic around Kurt Busch into Benedetto, considering that Benedetto caught Busch when he was about 3 seconds behind him there for a little bit. They start battling back and forth as well. Again, a top 10 is huge for Schneider. You never know if that could lead to consecutive top 10s to get that momentum bonus. Not only that, though, he has not finished in the top 10 in the last 11 races, so he is due for a top 10 finish. 4 seconds now behind Benedetto. Still about 6 seconds behind Kurt Busch. Like we finally got around that lap car. Dylan's a lap down right now. He's just not following Schneider. Got 5 laps to go for race leader Brendan Gaughan. Side-by-side lap traffic right in front of the 99. He's not to him yet. There's quite a bit in turn 7. Chastain was able to clear Haley before Schneider got to him. He's blocking Austin Dillon. Dillon almost picked Schneider behind Justin Haley. Goes down, he outruns Haley in turn 1. Of Austin Dillon occupied with the 16 car right now.
inside.
Garn's just trying to get to the white flag. Probably going to take a lot for there to actually be a caution, though, too. We've seen some spins stay green. Of course, when the driver's backing out of the way, no surprise. Trying to overrate turn 6 pretty badly.
You're clear there.
Pulls right back up to him. Not battling him for position until 20 seconds ahead of the next driver behind him for position, which would be Chris Buescher. He's just kind of been running 12th this entire stage, really. Got as high up as 6th at the beginning of stage 2. Having that damage, losing that track position, never would have thought that early in the race. It costed him a shot at the top 10, but it did. You don't get another yellow. Then the yellow would have to happen before the final lap, or at least before the leader takes the final lap. It's still not impossible for him to catch De Benedetto and Kurt Busch, but it seems like Schneider's struggling with the lap traffic just as much as they are. So he'll close, and then they'll slip back away again. Kurt's really slipping away. He's as far ahead as Schneider during this tire stint. I don't know what he was before all that lap traffic.
Caution.
Caution is out with 4 laps to go. Christopher Bell gets the free pass at 14th. Unbelievable. The caution will wave. And not what Brendan Gaughan wanted to see. This is going to force our, what, 4th or 5th, I believe 5th overtime finish of the season. 2 laps to go, overtime finish. I was wondering if that caution back on lap 4 was going to be the only one we were going to get, and this is now only our 2nd caution per incident this entire race. Schneider in the inside lane as well. Full send mode now. Can Brendan Gaughan hold on to the restart? Logano lines up to his inside. Green flag back in the air. Overtime at Watkins Glen. Schneider hard into the corner, and he's into the back of Blaney. Heavy damage. Full send mode to try and get the top 10. And Logano gets to the lead on the restart on the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Schneider clears Kyle Busch with an aggressive move. That was a clean pass on Busch. Now he's occupied with Newman. Can Gaughan get back around Logano? Schneider sends it into the bus stop. Trying to go for a top 5 now. He's into the back of Blaney. Will we get another caution back in the pack before the leaders get to the white flag? Jimmy Johnson's clawed his way up to 3rd. He's looking to get around Gaughan. Schneider's in the wall off 7. That just stole whatever momentum he had, and now he's going to have to block for 6th place. Final lap. Can Joey Logano hold on to win at Watkins Glen? What a tough break for Brendan Gaughan, who was trying to flip this playoff bubble on its lid, and he couldn't do it. Newman's going to get around Schneider now. Schneider's got some damage after that restart that's slowing him up, plus the older tires. He's going to try to see if he can get back around Newman. Oh, he should have gotten a penalty for that. Pass on the grass in the bus stop. Oh, he overcooks turn 5. Can he stay in front of the 6 of Newman? It's going to be close. Yes, he does. Without a road course chassis. 2 corners away from a 6th place finish. Checker flag up at the front of the field is in the air meanwhile, and Joey Logano will get his 4th win of the season. stealing one in overtime from Brendan Gaughan. Schneider brings it home, 6th place, his first top 10 in 11 races. And the dirtiest way to get there. I told you it was going to be full send mode those final 2 laps. We have not had a top 10 in 11 races. I was commended. We almost got a top 5 out of it. We just couldn't quite get underneath Blaney. I gave him a bump, but he stayed in it. Joey Logano steals the win from Brendan Gaughan, who finishes 2nd. What a tough break. Man, I feel bad for Brendan. He probably had that win in the bag if it wasn't for the caution with 4 to go, forcing an overtime finish as we went 1 lap past the scheduled distance to the checkered flag. Just 2 cautions per incident this entire race. 1 on lap 4 and 1 with 4 to go. Logano with the win. Brendan Gaughan 2nd. Jimmy Johnson 3rd. Eric Almirola 4th. Ryan Blaney 5th. Schneider 6th. Ryan Newman 7th. Chase Elliott 8th. Kyle Busch 9th. And Ryan Preece rounds out the top 10. Good run for him. Again, just 14 drivers finished on the lead lap. And we did have a couple DNFs, Bubba Wallace and Kevin Harvick, and that was it. Yeah, first 10 since the Coke 600. Full send mode without a short track chassis. Now I know that was very dirty racing out of me. Probably as dirty as it's going to get. Trying to get the toll. Well, we didn't completely dump somebody. We just leaned on them quite a bit. But I guess it could have been worse. But it wasn't great. It was an ugly, gutted out 6th place there, that overtime finish. I don't know how we cleared Kyle Busch in the S's. Went cleanly, too. That got us another spot. I don't know how we didn't get penalized going through the bus stop the way we did on the final lap to get back around Newman, too. It was a risk I was willing to take. We needed that. Get some momentum. We got 2 races until the playoffs. Blaney had the fastest lap, 107.896. Brendan Gaughan led 50 laps today out of 90. Led the most of them in the final stage. After qualifying on the pole nonetheless. And he comes home 2nd. That would have been an ultimate upset to make the playoffs here at Watkins Glen today. And again, 2 races, Dover, Daytona. Dover tomorrow night, Daytona either on Friday or Saturday. It just depends what time I can get home Friday. Yeah, great payday with the 6th place finish. Forgot what that feels like. And, yeah, without a road course chassis, we finished 6th at Watkins Glen. I'm giving myself a pat on the back with that one. That was insane. I did not see that coming in this race, honestly. We qualified 22nd, and it wasn't like we qualified too well. We looked better in the race. We had pretty much a 12th place car at the end of it. We were all in no man's land. Couldn't catch the car in front of us, pulling away from the cars behind us. But which is pretty much about where we ran most of the race. We were 11th after stage 1, 13th after stage 2. We were 12th until caution came out to force overtime. We got to 6th on the restart. I'll take it. I'll take it any way you cut it. I'll take a 6th place. I'm ecstatic just because we have gone 11 races without a top 10 before that. That was huge. I needed that lifted off my shoulders before the playoffs started. Top 10, way to go. There we go. From Stenhouse and Austin Dillon. Crystal Ball says that Keith Strider isn't going to stop with that top 10. Hashtag outlook good. Yeah, hopefully, Kansas. Hopefully. I feel confident with Dover tomorrow, honestly. We ran good there earlier in the season. We just didn't get the finish. We got trapped a lap down, having to pit at the end of stage 1 there, and we'll just have to... Well, we got a faster pit crew. That it shouldn't cost us this time. Because it costed us then, and we could never get back on the lead lap that entire race. Or a lap down pretty much the entire way. I can't remember where we finished. That might have been one of the races we finished like 13th or something, but we had a top 10 car. And our equipment's better now than what it was first time we were at Dover, probably 12, 13 races ago, too. So who knows? Maybe we finished, top 6 again. And then Daytona, we won the 500, so who knows what could happen there. When we finish second at Talladega, I'd have to assume we're going to run good at Daytona. Obviously, we got to avoid the big one and stuff, too. But, I mean, if we can survive to the end of the race, I think we'll have a shot to maybe win that. We need momentum going into the playoffs because, again, we only got 2 stage wins, 2 race wins. We're not in the top 10 in points, so we don't have a lot of playoff points. And we really beat up that short track chassis those final couple laps. It kept it clean up until those last 2 laps. And then it got pretty ugly to gut it out. But Speedway chassis is going to be... This is going to be our best chassis for a race ever. 90, 85, and 85 as well. So that's going to be huge. Could upgrade the pit crew again. I think we need to save for a 90 on the aero next. And then we'll upgrade the pit crew as we go into the playoffs. If we can have a good run at Dover. First 200. If we have a good run at Dover, good run at Daytona, that'll put us close at least. And we could get that. Oh, I forgot about that incentive bonus. Oh, we needed 2. Oh, that's right. We needed 2 top 10s to get the incentive bonus in 3 races. And that could get us 440. I mean, we could get to a 90 on the aero before the playoffs start if we have good runs. Especially if we get one more top 10. All we need is a top 10 at Daytona or Dover. I mean, that'll put us up over $1 million if we can get it in the next race alone. We'll get close. But we'll have a 90 on the aero by the end of the round of 16 at least. I really hope we don't have to win Bristol. Fincham watch. Yeah, again, I didn't do the points from last night yet. Outside of the stages, that was the only thing I was able to do last night. And then obviously the points, I have to do the points from tonight as well. I will have an update on the point standings before the race starts tomorrow. Then I'll do them after Dover, before we run Daytona. Whenever I can get the points up. Again, I'm not sure if we're going to run Daytona either Friday or Saturday. It'll be either Friday or Saturday, but I'm not sure which one yet. But that'll be the regular season finale already, and then we'll see. I mean, man, what an upset that would be if we just somehow won the championship. I don't see it happening though. I think we had better. Well, we had a 90 overall race car on the engine, aero, and the suspension, and we didn't even make it to the championship 4. Missed by 7 points, but we have a short track chassis though, which we did not have at that final Martinsville race. Or we didn't race with it at least. At least we'll have that in our wheelhouse when the time comes. Finally gave that Speedway chassis a break that it needed today for Dover. And then we'll have the Super Speedway chassis for Daytona. And then we can run this back maxed out for Darlington. Richmond will be maxed out. Bristol's not going to be maxed out. But, man, the playoffs are going to be so tense, guys. And they were intense for the Xfinity Series, more so in Season 1. And it's going to be that kind of intensity. But because it's a longer race, I mean, you really have to just pace yourself and just, wait it out. We have to play the strategy right. We cannot go off strategy and have it go against us like it has for most of this rough stretch we were on, not getting a top 10 in that 11 races until now when we finished 6th tonight. But I'm excited. I forgot about that incentive bonus. That's going to be huge. 1 top 10. All we got to do is survive Daytona, and I think we can get the top 10 there. And I think we could at least compete for a top 10 at Dover, even if we don't get it. I think we'll be close to that on speed. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys tomorrow night at Dover. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the start time for tomorrow's Dover race. on the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Hope to see you guys then. Have a good rest of your night, everybody. Catch you tomorrow.